So the experience which we have in Germany, the experience which is collected in California, is very well to be compared to each other, best practices to be learned. Many exciting things come out of this visit.
It was truly an exciting day, and when we've had our follow-up meetings, the number one theme has been how can we continue this discussion?
We live on one planet, we have one climate, and getting ideas from the various people that are doing this and how to do it best is really important. I mean, that's the best way for us to learn.
The integration of renewable energy into our systems is an important task for all of us. Everybody who is in energy has to do this. And it's interesting to see what kind of structural differences in approach we have between Europe and the US, and especially California.
To integrate renewable is a sort of worldwide problem. It's a sort of worldwide, I would say challenge, but at the beginning of this tour, I used to say challenge. At the end of the tour, I'm more preferably say opportunity.
Transitions, once they look inevitable, then the discussion for every player is, when do I get involved? And not do I get involved, and there's no money to be made in resisting it, in a sense. So that therefore, whether it's your home or your business or your country or your county, your state, you just say, well, how do I play this to my advantage?
We seem to have a stronger belief in the market in Europe than the Californians. Well, the Californians seem to have a stronger belief in technology. And that's a very powerful combination, because if you can then work together and combine markets with technology, you could really make some very nice moves into the future.
We need to bear in mind that in democracies we really cannot go ahead with fancy plans without taking the public on board, and you need to create ownership and create understanding for why we need to do this and how this can best be done, really.
It's our mutual understanding about the setup, about what's pressing, the economics of that, the implications, the societal aspects. There's a lot we can learn from each other. And the good thing is, as somebody may have said before, you experience that you're not alone in this.
We also have a great group of people from across Europe that are going to tell us stories about how they've tackled the challenge for renewables, for decarbonizing the grid, for advancing it to the new age.
When I look back 15 years, when I was a young engineer in an integrated utility, and somebody asked us, is it possible to integrate more than 5% solar and wind power safely into the system? All experienced engineers said, no way. We will face serious problems and reliability will go to hell. We have today 40 gigawatt of wind and 40 gigawatt of solar and roughly 10 gigawatt of other renewables, mainly biomass, so 90 gigawatt of renewables. A minimum load in the country of 35 gigawatt and a maximum load of 38. You can imagine, with this amount of renewables, we already often meet the minimum consumption of the country.
In 1998, 99, there was a decision in the European Union that we want to have an internal market in Europe because that is cheaper, that is beneficial for the society.
7 TSOs that work together. Together they have now one balancing area that covers about 25% of the whole of Europe, and prices have gone down by 30%. It shows that there is value if you adopt a market approach in cost savings and in getting together in the form of a collaboration.
Empowering energy consumers. I believe it is important because it helps consumers, saves money, saves energy through better information, and giving consumers a wider choice and a higher level of consumer protection is an important thing.
And I think just as the world is changing and the world is getting smarter, regulation needs to get smarter.
There is a transition, and it sounds obvious, and you see it day to day, but there are, I can tell you, stakeholders out there who do not believe that there's anything fundamental changing in the electricity system in the world. And so, one message, loud and clear, and we all have to go out and we have to tell politicians, we have to tell the business community, civic society, and so on, this is happening. It is manifestly happening.
I think we front runners have an obligation to spread the word to other regions that are not yet there. So basically giving them comfort that reaching that first step, the 30%, which California and Germany both have reached now, that's doable. So don't worry, go and do that step, and we'll also be able to tell you the 50% story in 2 years from now. But don't wait, already start now.